Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Seasonal Tokens Podcast, where Polar interviews people so you can do more investing and less gambling.
I think that you have given some good sources to start with, and when you start, I suppose a lot more sources will come to you. So we are talking about the current bear market, that what people should do during such market. But at the same time, it's very interesting. What's your point of view about what a person should do when the bull market is back?
When the bull market is back, I think you'll know it's back. It's pretty obvious, the change in trend when it happens. But what you don't want to be doing during the middle of a bull market is buying. You don't want to be the person that's FOMOing into the market and buying as things are peaking out. You want to find a time to buy when markets have bottomed. When this bear trend ends, things will get quiet for a while. We'll be in this crypto, quote unquote, winter. Things will be down. Things will be, low volume. That's a good time to invest when people aren't thinking of doing it themselves, because this market will cycle up again. It's just a matter of time. It could be 6 months. It could be a year. It could be 2 years. You just have to be really patient. During a bull market, the best thing you can do if you're a trader is look for a point to sell. Again, you want to always buy low and sell high. That's the mantra of any trader that has ever existed. Buy low and sell high. So if you're in a bull market, ideally you should be looking to sell, to exit at the right time and capturing as much profit as you can. But you should also be wary of what kind of things are developing, what things are coming to light, because in every bull market cycle, you have new projects and new blockchains and new niches that pop up and new influencers and new opportunities. And some of them are very legitimate and you should keep a close eye on while they're young, because they can be profitable in the future too. While others are complete bullshit and scams, and you got to be really careful. So during the good period of time, during a bull market, be very analytical. Look at everything that's happening and start looking for new opportunities while also looking for ways to profit, because that's your best time to make an exit from the market if you're an investor. If you're a developer, you're going to start finding more work. If you're looking for a job, you're going to find more jobs. If you're a startup, it's going to be very easy for you to hire, to raise money. A lot of growth happens during bull markets. During bear markets, there's a lot of work and development and building that's done. So when you're in that bull market period of time, you're going to see a lot of different growth happen from a lot of different angles. So just be very analytical and think about the different ways that you can take advantage of it.
What you're saying reminds me to the meme mania in the last bull market, when there have been a lot of people saying that they have become millionaires thanks to this meme mania. I'm sure that you remember this, like people talking everywhere on social media, showing proofs of their wallets, how much money they have there. So it has been very fun. So I believe that you are definitely right. But there is one thing that worries me the most in crypto, and it is that most of the investors are actually gambling than investing. So based on your experience, how do you think a person can do more investing rather than gambling in crypto?
Investing comes from understanding and knowledge. Gambling comes from hope, I think, more than anything. You can definitely gamble on crypto. You can gamble on the stock market. If I log into my brokerage account and just say I'm going to buy some Amazon stock without thinking about, the possibilities, that's gambling too. It can exist in any space. So this term, gambling versus investing, has really developed in the space because of things like Dogecoin, because of things like Shiba, Baby Doge, all the meme coins in the meme coin category. And to be honest with you, I don't think there's a problem with meme coins as much as there's a problem with NFTs. If you were to say that all meme coins are just scam pump and dumps, then you could say the same thing about most NFTs that are all fluff. I think you have to think about it from the creative aspect. If you think about it as something that's creative and capturing a community like Dogecoin has or like Shiba has, there is value there. There's value in groups of people. There's value in communities. There's value in ideas as much as there's this fluff value in a Bored Ape. I'm sorry, but there's nothing really there. It's a picture. So while I don't personally like to invest in things like Dogecoin or Shiba or meme coins, I do sometimes when I think I can catch trends, or I think that as an investor, it might make sense to have a little in my portfolio, but I do it in a very structured way. I don't say, oh, look, Sheepcoin just took off the other day and went up 2,000%. I'm going to buy 100,000 of it. That's gambling. But if you watch it and you find that there are cycles and that it moves with certain trends, and that there's now a metaverse behind it, there's an NFT collection, there's a lot more things to give it additional value than just the community, and you think about it and you pick a right point in time, that's an investment. So it all depends, I think, on subjectively how you look at it more than it is what people tell you. Because at a first glance, people are just going to say that you're gambling. You know, you're putting money into Dogecoin. How could you do that? There's nothing. Dogecoin's never going to be anything. It's not like Bitcoin. That's not true. Dogecoin is like Bitcoin. They cloned Bitcoin to make Dogecoin. There's really no difference between the two other than we believe Bitcoin has value and Dogecoin doesn't. So again, the idea of gambling versus investing comes down only subjectively to how you look at it. So the more educated you are, the more you understand that changes the perception of what you're doing. So don't worry about what other people say. Just focus on what you believe and where you think that value is lying, if that makes sense.
What you are saying definitely makes a lot of sense to me. Honestly, I haven't thought about this difference, but you are definitely right. Like the knowledge makes the difference. And this brings me to the other point that most of the people are gamblers, especially because they don't have the knowledge and they don't want to spend the time to get this knowledge, something that you already mentioned in the episode. So I hope that after your book is online, people will get used to do more research and learn more before doing something like crypto investing, because otherwise it will be actually crypto gambling, not investing, right? So I think that we have been talking a good amount of time, but I have 2 more questions for you, if you don't mind. So we have been talking about bear and bull markets, but I'm sure that we'll have a lot of newbies listening to this podcast and they'll be wondering like, everything is great, I understand this and the other thing, but I want to start immediately. What you would suggest me to do if I have, for example, free $100 or $1,000 per month and I want to start immediately with investing in crypto? What should be my strategy?
Well, the good thing about this space is it's very inclusive, the way that it's structured and built. So even if you had $1, you can still invest that $1. You don't have to have thousands of dollars. You don't have to have a set amount. You don't have to be some verified investor. Anyone can do it. It's open to everybody. So there's no excuse not to try to invest what you can afford to do. You know, my best advice is, other than educating yourself, which we've talked about a bunch, is figure out what exchange or wallet you like the most. Figure out what strikes your chord, what gets your attention when you look at the space. Is it Bitcoin? Is it Ethereum? Is it Solana? Is it Cosmos? Is it NFTs? Do you want to invest in companies? Do you want to invest in projects? Like what does your gut say is a good investment? What do you want to do? You figure that part out and then invest what you can afford to lose. I know so many people that have invested in this space starting out and they all just throw their money into something without thinking about it and they end up losing it. And I always tell them, that's okay. You're going to learn more about this industry by losing a little bit of money than you are going to be making it initially. There are so many people that buy one thing and become a millionaire in a year and they're like, wow, I'm a great investor. But the reality is they got very, very lucky. It doesn't happen very often. And those same people usually end up losing most of that money. So the best thing to do is think about how much money you can afford to lose. Can you afford to lose $1? Can you afford to lose $100? Can you afford to lose $1,000? And then make your best guess and give it a go. If you want to invest in Bitcoin, you think if Bitcoin's going to do very well in the next year, test your theory. Put some money into it You might lose that money. It's possible, but you're going to learn. And that's the most important thing, is learning how this market works and what you do right and what you do wrong from investing, and how you can, fix that and better improve that going forward. And that's something I've done as an investor. I've lost thousands and thousands of dollars, sometimes more than makes me uncomfortable, but you're able to usually make that money back, and you're usually able to make really good investments long-term by learning those lessons. So again, one, figure out how much you can afford to lose that you'd be okay with, that wouldn't, hurt you if you lost it tomorrow. Pick an exchange or a wallet that you like, and pick something that you want to invest in. Don't let someone else tell you what to invest in. Do it yourself. Look at it, think about it, look at a couple charts, look at the news, get an idea for it, and then just give it a go. See what happens. The more you play around with it, the more you come to grips with it, the more success you'll find investing in this space.
Yeah.